Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about our Creator, the Creator of the whole universe, of heaven and earth, the one who has our life, our very being, our soul in our spirit in her very hands. So, is this being a male according to what man made it to be in the Bible? Let's take a look. So here is a message of Moses before he passed away. He gave a serious warning to the people. Deuteronomy 4:15 to 16. Take careful heed to yourselves, for you saw no form when the Lord spoke to you at Horeb, out of the midst of the fire, lest you act corruptly and make for yourselves a carved image in the form of any figure, the likeness of male or female. So, with that being said, there was no genitalia form from the midst of the clouds that came there. It was just thunder, lightnings, and then the voice thundering and saying the 10 Commandments. But then we came to this place where we are now today, where they made our Creator a male. They put many obelisks all over the world and many phallus all over the world representing God. And they even told women to submit to man as unto God, especially in the Christian church. And the Muslims, they even put the female genitalia there too. And their temples, of course, not all, but this one in Turkey, this mosque is totally 100% the look of a phallus with the testicles. And then in Mecca, they have that, the Kaaba, they have that rock which men fight to go and kiss, and it has totally the look of a female genitalia. But how did we come to this? Let's see here the prophet Jeremiah 8:8. What he has to say. How can you say, we are wise, and the law of the Lord, or YAHUAH, is with us? Look, the false pen of the scribe certainly works falsehood. So, now we can see that the scribes, they have been writing falsehoods in the name of God, right? In Ezekiel, another prophet, Ezekiel 16:17, YAHUAH, speaking directly through him, says, Thou hast also taken thy fair jewels of my gold and my silver, which I had given thee, and madest to thyself images of men, and didst commit whoredom with them. Ezekiel 16:20. Moreover, thou hast taken thy sons and thy daughters, whom thou hast borne unto me, and these hast thou sacrificed unto them to be devoured. Is this of thy whoredoms a small matter? So, when we go down to that word, images of men, when we go down on the translation, the Genesis Hebrew Chaldee lexicon, it says that's like for a memorial and things like that, bring into remembrance, but it's a memorial, right? When we put statues, this is a memorial of somebody, right? But when it goes down, when you look deeper into it, it means member virile. And when you check what that means, is penis, is a phallus. This is what they did. They made phallus statues, and they said, this is your God, right? Plus, added to that, they started offering their sons and their daughters unto Baal worship. Genesis 2:24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. So here it is saying that these men, that word man is ish, When I search deeper into that word, ish means flame, a male flame, and isha is a female flame. The thing is more spiritual than what we think. And plus, it says very clear here that the male flame is to leave his father and his mother. So, not his father and his father, according to what they preach in churches, as if our Creator is just a male and there was no mother there, right? Here in the very beginning, it's saying that he's to leave his father and his mother and cleave unto his wife. And his wife, that means that Isha, the female flame. And then they become one flesh, a whole being, not just half of it, right? So a whole and holy being. And plus another thing, the female is like the stable place, the sure foundation. She doesn't move around, right? It is he who has to go there and cleave unto her. And then they get established, right? Isaiah 42, 14 to 17 and 21. Here, Yahweh is speaking directly through Prophet Isaiah. For a long time, I have held my peace. I have kept still and restrained myself. Now I will cry out like a woman in labor. I will gasp and pant. I will lay waste mountains and hills, and dry up all their vegetation. I will turn the rivers into islands, and dry up the pools, and I will lead the blind in a way that they do not know. In paths that they have not known, I will guide them. I will turn the darkness before them into light, the rough places into level ground. These are the things I do, and I do not forsake them. They are turned back and utterly put to shame, who trust in carved images, who say to metal images, "You are our God." Hear, you deaf, and look, you blind, that you may see. Who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger whom I send? Who is blind as my dedicated one, or blind as the servant of Yahweh? He sees many things, but does not observe them. His ears are open, but he does not hear. Yahweh was pleased for his righteousness' sake to magnify her or his law and make it glorious. But this is a people plundered and looted. They are all of them trapped in holes and hidden in prisons. They have become plunder with none to rescue, spoil with none to say, restored. So who are these people who are being plundered? And they are prey, being abused and used, and they are in prison. Who are these people? These are the neglected one, right? The neglected ones, the poor, the widow, and the women and children. Everyone who still today we see they are being abused, right? But when you hear this kind of saying here, it's from Yahweh directly. This being, our Creator, is very concerned about these things. If Yahweh will be in favor of all this violence that's going on in the world, the plundering and preying on the innocent, the little and vulnerable ones, then we will not get to read this kind of stuff. And the other prophet, Jeremiah 4:19 to 20. Yahweh again is speaking. My bowels, I am in travail. Oh, the walls of my heart maketh a noise in me. I cannot hold my peace. For thou hearest my soul, the sound of the trumpet, the clamor of war. Destruction upon destruction is proclaimed, for the whole land is wasted. Suddenly are my tents laid waste, my curtains in a moment. So there's very peculiar saying here, because if Yahweh will be a man or a male, Yahweh will not be complaining about the bowels, because this word bowels here it means belly and also another word for womb. YAHUAH is feeling all these things inside of YAHUAH's belly, of her belly, I dare say, like YAHUAH's female part, right? The belly is feeling all these things, and is also concerned about the tents, my tent. Who are YAHUAH's tents? We are YAHUAH's tents, because Yeshua, Jesus said that the kingdom of God is inside of us. So YAHUAH is inside of our very heart and feeling all these things that we are feeling, and are also concerned about the curtains of the temple. If you contemplate this situation, YAHUAH is concerned about the curtains. Well, in wars, in violence, in all these things, there is rape coming, right? The curtains that men come and tear the hymen of the virgins or all the other women, like as Yeshua or Jesus said, that the kingdom of God is suffering violence, right? And the violent takes it by force. So it's not something commanded by YAHUAH. It is what men are doing. Because this temple, which is man-made, this temple, the tabernacle that they made, this is just a copy of the real situation, which is inside of our body. So a female body has the first veil, the first curtain, and then the second curtain is the one of the most holy place, where just the high priest can come. Prophet Isaiah 46, 3-5. Listen to me, O house of Jacob, all of the remnant of the house of Israel, who have been born by me from before your birth, carried from the womb, even to your old age. I am he, or she, right? And to gray hairs I will carry you. I have made and I will bear. I will carry and will save. To whom will you liken me and make me equal and compare me, that we may be alike? Why would men, say that YAHUAH is a male, if YAHUAH is saying directly here that you cannot compare anyone to YAHUAH? And here YAHUAH is having a very female characteristic. So she or he is the one who has born from the womb. So it's a very female characteristic. Then we have here Proverbs 1:8, which says, my son, hear the instruction, which word means also discipline, chastisement of your father, and do not forsake the law of your mother. This word law is Torah. So if Torah came from YAHUAH, and who gave us the law is our mother, then YAHUAH now is our mother, right? How about that? Plus, according to Isaiah, the true YAHUAH's law is supposed to be in our heart. It says here in Isaiah 51:7, hearken unto me, ye that know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my law. Fear ye not the reproach of men, neither be ye afraid of their revilings. Kind of the same thing as Jesus said, be not afraid of men who can kill the flesh but cannot kill your soul, right? Unless you worship man. Habakkuk 3:2. O YAHUAH, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O YAHUAH, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years make known. In Ref, remember mercy. And that word mercy is womb, or also it means compassion. So YAHUAH has a womb, and in the place of the womb, which is the mother, right, there is compassion. 1 Samuel 2:9. He will guard the feet of his saints, but the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength no man shall prevail. This he's talking about YAHUAH, right? And then in Isaiah 32:8-10, there it says, but a generous man devises generous things, and by generosity he shall stand. So this is how the strong man shall prevail with generosity, right? Not by strength. A man who comes using the power Yahweh has given him to protect and to defend and use it to oppress the most vulnerable people here on this earth, or even animals. Any of us can abuse our powers, that we know that we will be held accountable even for making animals suffer. Anyone who cannot speak for themselves, we shall not take advantage or prey on them. I hope this clarified some doubts in regards to YAHUAH, whether or not YAHUAH is a female or male, or if there is any gender at all, or is it just a holy being which has both sides, the male and female, because if you are just male or just female, you are just half of it, half of the picture. Well, I hope YAHUAH blesses you and you have a wonderful day. Bye.